And good morning, everybody, and welcome on in to the Unknown Prophet Daily Tarot Readings, weekly tarot readings from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time every day except Sundays. Hello, everybody, and welcome back in. I'm always watching a video over here, so if you hear something in the background, it's just her. Don't mind her. Let's get rid of the music. Well, welcome on in, everybody. Hello, French Pocket. How are you doing today, my friend? Welcome on in. How are we doing? I am ready, back on action. I use my homemade deck, the 5 Paths Tarot, to divine the best possible path for you. I tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me the gods that I believe in. I'm going to tell you what you need to know, not necessarily what you want to know. You know, it's been a nice couple of days to take a nice little vacation. I did some intense meditation while I was gone, and I did a lot of soul searching and looking within myself. I set up an appointment with my therapist to kind of talk things over again with them, and just knowing that I'm moving forward and being more positive that I am more than ever, just reminding myself that I choose every day to make it the best day ever. Did I have the best couple of days when I was gone? No, I didn't have the best couple of days, but I came to this realization that, you know what, in the end, when it all comes down to it, I know I made a better choice and I lived a better life because of that choice. So with that said, if you want to know more about that, you can go find that somewhere else. Other than that, we're here to do readings today. We're here to help you. So if you need a reading, press ! Join in the queue. Now, we are not doing YouTube conversations anymore. If you want a reading, you gotta come here to Twitch. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now and you want to participate in readings, you have to come to my Twitch rebroadcast.com there, right there. Now, I want to warn you, these are very blunt, in-your-face tarot readings. I do not sugarcoat anything. I do not hold back anything. So if you're not in the mood for that kind of a reading, you might not want to join, just to let everybody else know. But welcome, French. So here's how it works, French, today. I ask you to pick numbers. I'm going to ask you to pick a number 1 through 10. That's how many times you're going to shuffle. I'm going to shuffle the deck for you. Then I'm going to ask you to pick a number 1 through 52. That's where your answers are in my deck. Now, when I'm shuffling, if under 6 cards pop out, those are your God cards. Those are the most intense messages you receive from your higher power. So with that said, French, if you have a question, please feel free to pose that in chat. If you just want a general reading, let me know if you want a general reading, or if you have a question. Please be as simple about it as possible. Try not to ask 3 questions in one. I'll do my very best to answer them all. Okay? So that's how it works here, French. So whenever you're ready, 1 through 10, how many times am I going to shuffle this deck for you? And then pick a number 1 through 52. Whenever you're ready, give me your number 6 times. So here we go with your 6 official shuffles. 1. I already have a God card. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. All right. And then pick a number 1 through 52 there, French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the 14th card is now on top. I gotta get rid of some of these stupid windows here real quick here, guys. Give me a second here. So anyway, here are your cards for what you need to know today. All right, back in action. So I'm just getting all my shit out of the way so I can put my cards down in their spot. Get them all set up for you so that you can see them. So, French, what our general reading for you today is telling you what you need to know for today and what may be coming for you. So, the thing that I'm sensing from you, French, the most of all here, is that you've been trying to get back around your core group of people, the people who have really supported you along the way, not those fake friends. You've had a couple of fake friends floating around your real group there, coming and going. They're not really there to help you or be a part of the group. They're there to stir the pot. They're there to help, make things be a little bit more difficult. They're not trying to really do anything for you. They're just kind of the instigators of the group. You're kind of weeding out those people and starting to realize that you have to start to depend on the core group of your people that you need in your life. Kind of bring people together like that close little tight-knit group of people who are around that campfire. We all want to share the stories around that campfire. We all feel comfortable around one another. We're able to be having the good time that we want to have, even in weather that is not so great for us. And that's what you've been trying to work on, is getting back into a place where you can feel like you're welcome. You are the person who is in control of setting this flame in the center of this circle. But everyone will come help you build that fire up and help you celebrate that fire. It's time to start to enjoy life once again and start to live your life to the fullest. I want you to look at what you actually have going on in your life today and actually look at all the wonderful things you do have in your life and start to actually live every day as if it was your best day ever. It's time to look up at the sky and start to smile and find the happy again. So time for you to stop and let go of all of those anxieties and depressions and things that have gone on in the past. And now we have to start to look forward. Well, how can we look forward? We do that by taking one step positive forward every day. That's what I do every day. I wake up every morning. I have a small meditation. I cleanse myself of all my impurities, and I fill myself up with all the light that I need for the day. And I find one thing that is going to bring me joy today. Today, I was really looking forward to coming in here and doing readings again today after taking a little bit of a vacation off and allowing myself some time to heal and get back to normal. And finding that love and that joy in my life every single moment of every day is not an easy task sometimes, because we do have things that come up in our lives that do tend to test us from time to time. But the most important part of those days when we're having those kind of days is just to remind yourself that they don't last forever, that joy and love and all of that stuff is a choice. And that's what you're going to start to do in your life right now. You are finding the positive. The Glaze card is all about you realizing that you have to be as positive as the sun in the sky. You have to shine down onto your own life that positivity that you need, that self-confidence, that self-belief that I have the power, that I am willing, that I have the ability to manifest. All this stuff that we know we are capable of. All the good parts of who we are shine down into our lives, and we're going to gather that all up like a big giant sun in our bellies, and we're going to carry that around as our power source to allow it to illuminate into our futures. So finding the joy is one step right now, but looking for even more in the future and drawing that into your life is going to give you what you are hopefully hoping to find. And that's why you're going through all of this right now. Your destiny card is the easy path. Now, what is the easy path? Maybe it's time to stop trying to go so honey badger after a goal and dream. Maybe you've been looking far too long into the past. Maybe you're not quite sure what you want to do quite yet, so you're kind of waiting around there for answers to come to you. But the easy path is all about making small, obtainable goals, taking one step at a time. Today, I'm going to wake up and say one simple thing. I love myself. That's step number one for me every day. And then you make another step. You take one small goal, you achieve that goal, you keep with that goal, and then you add another one when you feel you're ready to add another one. There are breaks along the way if you need them. There are respites. You go at your own pace. No one gets to tell you how fast or slow you go on the easy path. It's when you're ready to take the next step into the next phase, because you've only got those 5 little steps left to go before you reach the end of the goal that you are hoping to live, which is a better life that you want in your life. So if you keep that positive mind in your head and you keep going forward with this positiveness in yourself, that's what it is all about. And that's kind of your general reading for today. So that's kind of coming, not only is it on its way, but I kind of feel like this is the kind of thing that you're really working on right now, is trying to make it so that you have more easily obtainable steps to try to make to. So remind yourself to get around those positively minded people who are your ultimate support people, to find the joy in everyday life, whatever brings you happiness, whatever gives you that feeling inside, like today is my best day ever. And then bringing more positivity into your life so that it can enhance it, that you can start to walk that easy path again on your way towards what your goals and dreams are. And I do have a God card for you as well. Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense of what's going on with you, because what the energy that I'm feeling, it feels like you just came out of like I don't know, maybe about a half a year ago, maybe you kind of were letting go of a lot of those I can't and I am nots, and I don't feel good about myself enough, and then you start moving into a more positive frame mind, and then trying to find that close friend circle. And the way you're going to be able to do that is to find the people who have always tried to be supportive. They're not going to sugarcoat anything. They're going to tell you when you're doing something you're not supposed to, but they're going to be supportive people who are going to keep you in that positive mind frame. Now, as I like to say, sometimes we get God cards, and these can sometimes be very intense for people, but they're messages from your higher power. If you've had a question in your mind lately that looked up to the sky and said, hey, God, can you please give me an answer already? This is probably that answer. It may have everything to do with your last reading. It may have nothing to do with your last reading. But sometimes this can help kind of define some things that the Spirit wants you to know right now. If you want to see this card, let me know. Yes, I want to see my card, or no, I don't want to see my card. This is a pure by your choice kind of card. You don't have to see this one if you don't want to. But they can be very intense, and I do kick some spiritual asses with these cards sometimes. So I will leave that in your hands. Yes, please. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to know that you really need to know? That makes a lot of sense. So what Spirit is trying to tell you right now is they want you to realize one very important thing. You are the artist of your life right now. You are weaving together the tapestry of the picture that you want to start to show the world, that you are starting to ready to draw those last little lines and present yourself to the world. Now, people are going to look at that picture, and some people are going to see a very good piece of artwork, and some people are going to see a very not so piece of good of artwork. It's all suggestive of how people will view you, but it's what you intended to go into that painting that you are currently painting in your life right now. And as you decide whether or not you want to have all of those lines in there that kind of define who you are as a person, and whether or not we want to color it in with more flourishes of things we want to bring into our lives or not, or we're happy with who we are. Getting the big picture and seeing ourselves for who we truly are for the first time, the good, the bad, and the ugly, is one of the most powerful things you can do as a person. Because not only do you see yourself as this great piece of artwork that you did all of this work, and now I want you to appreciate that picture. Remind yourself of what went into the work of becoming this person. And that's what they want you to know, is knowing that you are the person you've always wanted to be. Now be proud of what you put out there. No matter what anybody else says to you, it doesn't matter. It's how you view yourself and what you intended. How they view it, that's up to them. And that's basically your message for today from your higher power. And then I do a cleansing shuffle for everybody after their reading. So another thing about that your guides want me to tell you about that you might not be aware of is that are you missing something you've been looking for a while? Right, yeah. But you've been missing something. I don't know if it's a special item you used to have or something like that. Feels kind of journaly or booky or poetry or something like that. I don't know if this is something you're missing, but you need to look near vents, or it's kind of near rings, like it's near a vent of some kind, near the in the bedroom or somewhere there's a bed by. Like you put your hand down, it fell off of your hand, kind of a deal, and then it's down by the venti kind of a thingy. That's what they're trying to tell me. That it's somewhere in your house, but it's near like a vent or somewhere you bent down to pick something up, and then it kind of felt that part fell off or whatever. So I don't know if that will help you in your search or not. And they said they'll tap you on your left shoulder when you're getting close or something like that. They like to tap you on your left shoulder for some reason to let you know you're on the right track when you're looking for things. Welcome back, Validation. Hello to my moderator, my newest moderator, in fact. Welcome back. Yes, I am back. Full force, 100% now, guys. I have the old YouTube channel got shut down by YouTube, and then, all that stuff. So that's just something you might need to know. It may be near that. I'm not quite sure. I know it's in your house somewhere. I don't think you lost it outside of house, though. And just kind of like, it would be like, all I'm seeing is some kind of a furniture with a vent right on the left hand side or something like that. And I kind of see it like underneath the couch or something, right near a vent or something. That's all I'm seeing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad. I took that time to just I did some intense meditation. I set up some appointments for myself to just to kind of, talk about what happened and all that stuff. And then I'm just moving on and moving forward. You guys choose to come here and see me. If you guys do that, you do that, And I do want to announce something that I just started doing here. I'm waiting for final approval. Okay, good. Thank you very much for letting me know if you did find it. Because sometimes I'm not the greatest at location thingy. So, but when they're telling me to tell you something will click in your mind and go, oh, hey, I did do that one time. And boom, there it will be. So, good. I hope that you do find it, though. But yeah, so I took some time to meditate. I took some time to just have a rest today of not doing anything. I smoked some green. We talked to my wife about everything, and I just said, it's time to do. It's just time to move forward and try to remind myself that, hey, in the end, things happen. And I know that, and I'm glad to see you're still here with me, Validation. I'm still glad to see that a lot of people who will come back. And I did change my YouTube channel to a different YouTube channel. Like I said, they closed it down because I was getting too many TOS complaints, and they shut it down. And now I can't remember my password to get back in and to even change it if I wanted to. So, yeah. Like I said, I hope I'm right there, but I know you were lost. Pay attention to the tapping. The tapping will let you know when you're really close. When it gets more intense, the more intense the tap, the closer you are. And I don't know if you feel that a lot, but it feels like something kind of tapping on shoulders. Can you guys hear any of this stuff over here? I just want to know. I just don't want it to interrupt you guys and stuff like that. If it is, please let me know. No, I just wanted to ask you, make sure.
Yeah, and I just turned it down so you could concentrate, honey.
Okay. Oh, fudge me. Now I need to kick coffee here. Coffee time, guys. Hey, would anyone like a cup of coffee? Sponsored by W Energy Drinks. My wife was wanting some coffee.
Yes, please.
She stole all my other coffee. She asked, but I said, "Arr." So if you guys want some coffee, here we go. Coffee, 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 coffee. Oh, it's too much. Oh, well, I know some kind of something in this area though. Yeah, I pay attention to that feeling. Like I said, location is not always my greatest strength, guys, but I do try to give you the great thing that you need to know. Gosh darn it, I just way too much coffee in here. Need some room for sugar. So how have you been, Validation? How have you been, French? Anything else you guys want to talk about? We can sit here and talk. We usually have some coffee, chit chat while I wait for people to get in here and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not doing YouTube anymore. If you're watching on my new YouTube channel, guys, it's because I'm just rebroadcasting it so I have a place to store the VODs and stuff like that. And my big announcement, whoop, whoop, whoop. I started a Kickstarter campaign to print my 5 Paths Tarot deck. That's right, I'm going to print a limited run of 150 copies. It's going to cost me about $4,500. I have to update my text over here to say that all my donations will now go towards that. So just so you guys know, if you guys are interested in getting one of those copies, the first 50 people who donate more than $100 will get an exclusive copy of that I will sign. So just so you know what you're getting, if you do want to be a part of that campaign, let me know. Only people who donate over $100 will be getting one of the 50 boxes I will give away. So I'll be giving away 50 boxes. The first 50 boxes will be given away. The other 100 will be sold on Etsy or something like that. So if anybody has any questions about that, please let me know. And you will probably see a... there it is. Properties. Okay. I'm trying to get it done by my birthday. All donations will go towards my Kickstarter for printing 5 paths. Oh. So I'm just typing something real quick, guys. Good, I'm glad to hear that you did. Like I said, I had a really nice couple days off. And then just doing this last little thing here. Okay, there you go. And now we have that up there, so all you'll know now that when all the donations are going towards, if you guys do decide to donate, remember, these are 100% free readings, guys. I don't expect you to ever pay here for anything. Subscribe, like, follow, whatever you guys want to do. That's up to you. If you guys choose to do that, I'm greatly, so much appreciative of that. My dono goals, my dip goals, all of that money will go towards that Kickstarter campaign. So everything that I do earn here will go towards that. Plus, I'll be adding my own money as well. So I don't expect you guys to foot the whole bill either. So but it's a slow progress. It only lets me do it campaign for 60 days. So I've only got 2 months, and then I think you have to renew or something like that. Yeah, so I just started to add. The link for that. That should pop up every hour. Once it becomes an official thingy, I'll make sure you guys get the link for it. But they're still in review right now, so. And I thought, why not just start my own little thingy, you know? We're out of green until Wednesday. Well, yeah, Wednesday. So I'll have my first. Oh, I only have one 420 episode this week year. This time will probably be on the 11th because that's when I'll have green again. So if you guys want to see my 420 episode, it'll be coming up on the 11th. I don't have anything majorly planned for this month other than just being here with you guys. So not really trying to move and shake myself any weird two ways. Just trying to get in back into it. I do have a new community challenge to set up 50 subs this month. So there we go. That's where we're at. Now I'm just waiting for people to come on in and hopefully come on back to get some readings for me, and we'll just have to go from there, right, guys? Hey, how's it going, my friend? Yeah, it's pathetic in here. No music today, guys. I turned off the music, but I could always turn it back on because I'm not. I am going to find a little bit of music here in a second here. Just until we get some more people in here. Uh-huh. Now, if I could only get back to a place where I could actually play music. There we go. So how are we doing today, Swifty? Welcome back. Hey, how are you doing today? And do you need a reading today, or are you just popping by to say hi? And hi, I420 guy, if you're out there lurking. Nice to see you there, buddy. I got a bunch of people here. Hey, Hermit, I'm sorry I missed the reading with you. I was so tired that day, in so much pain that day, I completely forgot to get the reading. So I plan on rescheduling that when I get a chance. But thank you very much for letting me know about that. And I'm sorry and apologize that that didn't happen for you that day. So thank you for that. I appreciate you so much. And welcome on in, Enigmatic Hermit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just send me an email, and I'll go on to that link and reschedule again. I got most of my answers that I needed already, so. But that's what it's all about, guys, and just trying to make community too here. Make friends as well. I'm trying to build a community of people who maybe want to find out more about what's going on with Tarot Rita. I'm actually doing okay today. I did some heavy meditation these last couple of days. I've really been meditating a lot. I took just a day to just zone and do nothing and kind of use the cannabis to kind of get rid of some of the thoughts going on in my head. I made a scheduled appointment with my therapist, and other than that, I just kind of decided to move forward and keep going on there. So that's kind of what's going on, Enigmatic. I don't know if the music is good or bad. How's the music there? Is it too loud, too soft? Do we want music? Yeah. I just keep going back to the thought that I have to continue my journey and keep going and being the most positive guy I can be. Because I can't go back and do anything different now. All I can do is keep being the positive person I've been up to this time. Okay, good. I'll just leave it at this level for now. Just something to listen to while I'm waiting for people to come in and chit chat. If it gets too distracting, please let me know, guys. I'm trying to find a nice chill vibe, but it sounds like there's kind of quiet here sometimes. So unless I have a lot of readings, then it just gets in the way. Do you have any open spots today, Academic Hermit, at all? If you want to whisper the link to me. A lot of the people I normally see on today aren't on. And that's kind of weird. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'll schedule something up for Wednesday or Sunday then. Good. Thank you. That's fine. I was just asking to see where your schedule is at. So Wednesday might work good for me as well. So. Yeah. It's better to ask than not to ask in my book. That's what I hope people do here too, is that I do private readings offline too, guys. I do private readings for people too as well. I do charge a $20 fee for their private reading because it's more intense. It's a whole hour just with you and me. So those are the only times I charge anything, guys. So if you do want a private one-on-one thingy, I do offer those as well. But generally, I try to come here and just do free readings because that's what Spirit tells me that I'm here to do. So, So I just keep trying to do the positive thing, positive vibes, and now I'm just waiting for people to pop on in and get a reading or two or whatever they need today. Checking my Discord to see if any announcements are going out there for people, trying to check up on my family there. And if you guys, and I don't know if you're a part of my Discord yet or not there, but if you want to join my exclusive stars channel for just people who are subscribed and stuff, I'll be happy to add you onto that as well. Oh, let me get that real quick. This is just my general Discord server. Where is it now? Here's my current Discord server. And then I've got another channel that you could join there. It's a private channel, but if you ask to be a part of it, you can definitely do that. You'll have to ask for permission. Here's the link for the private channel if you want that. Otherwise, you can just join my normal Discord page. The second link is the one for the private chat. Hey, you come back whenever you need to come in. Good. Hey, when you guys come back, you come back. I'm going to be here, guys, so not going anywhere. Just waiting for people to pop on, and we'll see you guys when you come on back, okay? Thank you very much for lurking, though. I really appreciate you guys, and hope you have a fabulous rest of the day, okay? You're very welcome for the reading, French. Hey, Sneaky Snake, how you doing, my brother? How are we doing? Good to see you, my friend. How's life been treating you? Just sitting here waiting for people to pop on in. I had a couple people come visit for a while, but they had to go make breakfast and stuff, so. How have you been? Life has been good for me. And Happy New Year to you too, Sneaky. I hope you had a good New Year's. I hope you had a good holiday. Good to see you back in here. Life been treating you well? I've had a couple of things happen that weren't so great, but we're back on track, doing better than ever, starting the new year off right by keeping going the positive vibes, you know? Oh, okay, no problem. Is the music okay, or do you need me to turn down the music for you?
Mountain is
Maybe
transforming
now
TV
something a little
advertising by
softer.
focusing on performance, and we've got an amazing
Okay.
team of people to do it.
Give me a second to pause this real quick here. So, you want my insights. Okay, give me your numbers. How many times do you want me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10, and then 1 through 52, where is your answers in my deck? That'll help me get you the insights. I just want to make sure I understand what kind of a reading you want. Do you want just a tarot reading, or do you want something a little bit more like a spirit reading or whatever? As soon as you let me know what you need there, we'll get to it. No problem. Fix something else I need to fix again. Okay, thank you. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. You have one God card too as well. And then the 45th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 2, 3, 4, and the 45th card is now on top there for you there, Sneaky. About your partner who suddenly said... Okay. Let's find out. I'm smelling green.
Look at me.
I know, it's probably my shirt.
Probably.
I make sure nothing fell in the pocket. So here's what you need to know about that whole thing. So it's about my partner who suddenly says he's for Jesus now. He suddenly changed his mind from one faith to the other. Is that, I want to understand that that's the question you're asking? But oh, you know, the thing I'm feeling about this whole situation, though, right now, Sneaky, is that this great oak card is all about being okay with self, and being okay with who we are as far as self goes. So you're at a spot where you're now more comfortable with who you are, and now he's more comfortable with who he is, right? And sometimes that can mean that they're going on their own journey, that they're kind of stepping away from you a little bit and starting to head towards a different path. You're starting to realize that maybe you might not belong together, kind of a deal. And you've been feeling this way for a while anyway. And now he's starting to break it down into the most important parts of a relationship. Now, all relationships have to be physical to be a good relationship. Me and my wife are very physical to begin with, but because we're getting older and that's not such a big thing in our relationship anymore, we've moved from a more emotional relationship than a physical relationship. So it depends on what you're getting in return. If the physical has stopped but the emotional is increased, then you're getting something out of it. You're trading one thing for something a little bit more extensive in the deep. So ask yourself that. Are you getting something out of this extra that you aren't realizing? It may not be more physical, but maybe he's more attentive. Maybe he's more there for you and present when he's there, kind of stuff like that for you. If this isn't the case, then it's all important for you to remind yourself that maybe it's time for you to take back control over everything a little bit and maybe decide where we want this to go for a while. I mean, if you want it to be more physical, right? Maybe let your partner know why that is. Why do you feel that need to have that physical contact? Is it the kissing? Is it the hugging? Is it the holding? Is it the mutually assured destruction of each other in the bedroom? Okay, whatever way you want to put it there. And right now, that drive within ourselves is all important for us to get to what we are truly wanting to get in our life. That drive is you taking back control over the vehicle again and saying, I'm going to drive the last 5 miles to the goals that I want. So what kind of a relationship are we hoping to find? If we're not finding that on their way there, because maybe you've been walking the long, hard walk for the long time. You've been waiting for this to open up, waiting for this to open up, waiting for this to become something better and better and better. But it hasn't yet, right? So now we have to decide whether we keep on this road or take an exit off this ramp here and maybe park a while and decide, is this what we really need in our lives? It kind of feels like he's putting up this defensive posture right now. So there might be going on something within himself that he's kind of realized about himself that's kind of putting up this cold, icy exterior. He's trying to protect himself from harm, and you from harm, and everybody from harm. But when he does that, he's putting up this block and ice shield around him where he's only giving himself 2 small holes about the size of a small window, one for light, one for air and water and stuff like that. But he's in this cold, icy exterior, so you're blocking himself off from everyone and everything because of what he's going through right now. He's trying to create a new fertile ground for himself. There might be something he has to let go of and get past in order for that. Hey, thank you for the lurk, Posh. And that icy exterior can be broken apart, but it's all about how much positivity you start bringing into the relationship. So what are the positive aspects of this relationship, and are we doing the things that we need to do? Are we being open and communicative still? Are we still each other's champion? Are we there to support one another? Are we trying to show that love in different ways? We might not be as physical right now, but we're doing it in other ways. Are we giving that person space to do their own thing and not be jealous or whatever they're doing, as long as they're not doing it with another person, which I don't believe is the case here. I believe it's something going on internally with him that he's trying to work out and trying to create this thing that used to be something that he didn't want in his life now is becoming a fertile ground that he does want. Now what do you want to start to put into that fertile ground is what he's starting to try to decide. what physical, mental, and spiritual seeds he wants to start to grow in life. And if the physical isn't one of those seeds right now, he's working on the mental and the spiritual aspect of it. And that's kind of what I'm feeling from him. It doesn't feel like he doesn't want to be there. It feels more like I'm working some stuff out. I need some time and some space to kind of work it out a little bit. Don't be afraid to engage in a conversation and say, is there something that I can help with? Can you at least let me know what you're going through right now? Is this the reason you're not being physical? All that communication needs to start opening up and happening with you two. If that's not going to happen, maybe you need to ask yourself, is this still what I want? And that's kind of the message I'm getting for you, Sneaky. And the Jesus excuse or the whatever excuse it might be, if he really has transitioned from a different faith to a new faith, he's going to go through some internal crap, okay? He's going to go through some internal letting go of one thing to embrace a new thing, and sometimes that might mean moral code shift, more extreme moral codes than he used to have. So that might mean maybe now I'm going to wait till marriage before I do anything else more physical with you. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know if that's the case there, but depending on where it goes from there. I do have a God card for you as well. So if you want to see your God card, that's an answer from the universe trying to tell you something you really need to hear today. Maybe be an answer about the last reading, maybe about something else. If you want to see your God card, you can always say you want to see your God card. Otherwise, I can put it away and we'll never know what it is. So that's my last question for you. Do you want to see your God card? Yes or no? As far as he goes, part of it feels like an excuse to stop being more physical with you. Some of it does, you know. So I don't know what changed there, but I would just open up those doors of communication again, because it feels like it's a communication block. It's you not sharing the right information between each other so we understand what's going on. And you want to see your God card. Yes is a yes to you. So what are the gods trying to tell you? That maybe it's time for you to consider what seeds you want to plant in your life. Maybe that fertile ground that he's preparing for you. Maybe it's time for you to start to consider what physical things I need to start doing better for myself in my life to improve me. Mentally, what do I need to improve me? What spiritual needs do I need to improve me? The better we feel about self and the more confident we are in the loving relationship we already have with this person, the more those seeds can grow. Remember, you have to take care of those seeds. You have to add that positive light onto it, that emotional raining energy that has to feed it, that wind's got to dust off the topsoil so they can blow away all those other things you don't need in your life, and stay grounded and centered in the place that you put yourself in long enough to see how it's going to work out. Some seeds may grow, some seeds may not grow, but how you pay attention to those seeds are going to be the most important for you. So rather than worrying about what someone else is doing, maybe it's time to look inward, and you're getting this time to do some stuff for yourself and take that time and energy you need when you have this small little break and respite from the other stuff. It might be to your benefit and you might not realize it yet. So just remind yourself of what I want to plant into the ground. Maybe he's preparing that ground for me, you know? And, it kind of feels like it's more of a communication issue than anything. I think it's just you guys not communicating the way you guys used to communicate. I think you kind of got to go back to some better communication wavelengths from what I'm feeling. It feels like someone needs to share more information here. That's what it really feels like to me, Sneaky. So I would really talk to your partner about all of that. Any other questions you have for me there, Sneaky? Let me do a cleansing shuffle here. You know, that's where most relationships don't work out very well, is when we break down those communication lines down, you know. And the moment we stop being communicative about what our needs are and what we want and why it's affecting us like this, If they don't have an understanding of that, it might just be something as simple as I'm tired and I don't have any more energy right now. It could be something like that. And not always a bad reason that they stop doing something. If it's something that they've adjusted their life to, a new moral code, you got to give them time to figure that out. I think it's going to go okay the way it's supposed to go, at least. I think in the next couple months you'll kind of see that communication come back together a little bit. It's just you got to give it a little bit of time and space and energy to do that. So that's my advice, Sneaky. I hope that helps you in some way, shape, or form. I hope it fits what you needed to know today. Well, okay, here's my honest opinion on relationships. If they want to be there, they're there. So if they're there in any of these aspects, are they there in a physical way? Kissing, hugging, at least showing you some touch here and there once in a great blue moon? That's physical contact. It doesn't always have to be sexual contact to be physical. Is there a sexual component to this? Have we gotten to a point where now that's not such a big deal to us? We're working more on the emotional and spiritual side of it rather than the physical aspect of it. So are we moving it into a new, different thing? Are we being open and honest with each other? Are we telling each other everything so that we both understand each other's side of the coin? Am I giving them enough space to go figure that out while I go figure out what I need to figure out? Then when we come back together, are we that team again? Do I fight for him? Does he fight for me? That kind of stuff. Am I going to be, do I love this person and do I feel that love coming back in return? And those are my basic rules for a relationship. And if you're doing at least 3 or 4 of those, you're doing pretty good. If you're doing all of them, you're doing great. If you're doing just one of those things, you need some work on your relationship, okay? And that's my personal opinion. And for you, Sneaky, it's all about that communication issue. And that's what I really am feeling. It's just a breakdown in communication. Someone isn't sharing enough information with one another so they can better understand what's going on. And that's the thing that happens in most couples most of the time when there's issues like this, you know? And then the whole Jesus thing, well, that might be the I need to take a break. If you started suddenly believing in Jesus where he didn't believe in Jesus before, you have to remember that sometimes that can be a very morally ethical chord when it comes to physical stuff with another person. And if they've suddenly decided that you are no longer in the quote unquote right box for them, then they have to do a reevaluation. They have to evaluate whether they can live with what we've already known to be true and still live on this new little journey that I'm about to go on. Am I taking this person with me or am I leaving them behind, or what is the opinion that I'm going to have throughout the day? And it kind of feels like for you, it's all about that you deciding that you are enough and they are enough for one another. And it doesn't matter what the person believes or doesn't believe, if we still choose to be together, and that's the word, choose to be together. You choose to be together all of the time, every day. And when that starts to change and you start to think differently, maybe you need to ask yourself why that is. So ask yourself why that suddenly came about. What happened previously to that kind of may have brought some of that on. Were you being really, really physical for a long, long time, and now it's stopped because maybe something has changed, you know? And I don't care what one belief system to another belief system is going to rock your world, okay? Even if you're doing a renewal of that faith, you're going back and you're asking yourself all those moral questions again, especially when you're a follower of Jesus or any faith. You ask yourself those moral questions. Am I following what I have been told I would like to do now? Because something happened so profoundly to change him, right? That's basically what we're saying. Something happened to him so profound that changed him to say these words to you. So what changed? Is it that he doesn't want to be physical anymore and he's using Jesus as an excuse? Is Jesus his real reason and he has to explain why that reason is? Or do we need to talk about what this means to our relationship and how are we going to move on and what is going to be acceptable, what's not going to be acceptable? Can I live with that? And then you have to make a choice. Can I live with it the way that it is, or do I have to move on? And that's kind of what I feel And sometimes you just gotta say, I respect and admire everything that they believe, as long as they respect and admire everything I believe, and we can still be that couple together, then great. Like there are some people that I know who have a Christian person in a relationship and a Wiccan person in a relationship. They should not match. Those faiths should not match. They're very opposed to one another. One believes in one deity, one believes in two deities. The different ways of getting to heaven are different, for each person and all that stuff. So I just think you have to talk to your partner and really get him to define what does that mean. That's what I honestly feel, mundanely and spiritually. This is for Posh. La 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 la. Little entertainment for Poshy. There. I entertained you for 5 whole seconds. I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, because Sneaky, the vibe I'm getting from you, or at least from the energy that I'm getting, it's a very you're wondering if this is over. Hey, Brittany, welcome in. First time chatter. Yes, I do give away free readings. They're completely free. If you wish to donate, you can, but that's up to you to do. I don't force a donation. You can give a donation if you would like to. Those are all on my socials, but these are 100% free readings. I only put that out there so you know, if you do donate to me, they're going towards me printing off my deck in a more physical form. That's what all of my donations go towards. And this is how it works here, Brittany. I will ask you to pick numbers here. I will ask you how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you. Pick a number 1 through 10. Then I'm going to ask you to pick a second number 1 through 52. That's where the answers you seek are in my deck. If you have a question that you would like me to answer, please pose it as simply as possible in chat. If you just want a general reading, just say I want a general reading. Other than that, if cards pop out of the deck while I'm shuffling the deck, as long as it's under 6 cards, those are your higher power card God messages. That's how it works here, Brittany. So whenever you're ready, you give me your numbers and we get going. Just a general reading? Okay, let me do a cleansing shuffle for you because I just got done doing a reading. And then give me your numbers 1 through 10, and then we'll go from there. 1 through 52. And I will tell you that these are blunt tarot readings. I do not sugarcoat them here. I tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. So that's what I want you to know. Here are your 8 and 45 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last but not least, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now 45 cards. And you have a 6 God card message to you. And I'll explain that after your main reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 45th card is now on top. Good. I'm glad you're ready for it. I call it my spiritual butt kicking center. Welcome to the Spiritual Butt Kicking Center. You're about to get your spiritual butt kicked. Thank you, and enjoy your ride. So what does Brittany need to know today? That she really needs to know, not necessarily what she wants to know, right? Because we're here to get some answers. So, Brittany, hey, go back to work, get some stuff done, get going today. And I'm glad to see you get some work done and get going. That's what we're here to do. Keep me in the background if you can, but go do what you need to do there, Swifty. I enjoy having you here. Thank you and have a great day. If you're back, welcome back. And for Brittany, here we go for your reading. So, Brittany, we have decided that we've had enough of the bullshit. We've used that rough patch on the back of a matchstick box part, right? The things that have happened to us in the past, we're using those as our catalyst to ignite our lives and to be something a little bit more better than it used to be. We're tired of the shitstorm. We're tired of the crap. We need to change our lives in a more dramatic way. But what does that mean for us? So that means we've had to use everything that's ever happened to us is that little bit of that rough patch that we take that will and intent matchstick in the palm of our hands and say, this is what I want. This is how I want it. Boom, down onto that matching. And we use that friction to ignite our path and put that flame to somewhere where it will be more useful. Now, this is just the start of that dream. This is just the start of that goal. What do we want to do? We want to add it onto the candle to make it last a lot longer. So rather than burning it on our fingers, which most of us let do from time to time, when we wait too long to make a choice or decision, we know will be good for us, but we are not ready to do that. We let it burn in our hands. It's now important for you to know that you have already ignited your path. And you're starting to work towards a better future. The last thing for you to do, Brittany, is to stop being at war with both of these sides of yourself. There's Brittany number 1 and Brittany number 2. And they have to stop being at war with one another. They have to put their swords down and stop saying, I hate this about me. I hate this about me. Why do I hate something about myself? I can move things. I can change things. I can make things become better. These do not mean I have to stay this way forever. If you really want it to change, you're going to have to put down the swords and accept that part of yourself and say, now where do I move this into now? I can change this. I can motivate it and move it into different places. But the more and more you battle with that internal struggle within your head, the more and more you're going to overthink and overdo and over all the stuff. It feels like you are trying to accomplish so much all at once, and you're trying to fight through it all with all these other voices who are trying to tell you, no, I can't, no, I can't. Well, there are parts of us we must accept some limitations of what we can and cannot do. And I think right now you're excelling on the can-do part. We're ignoring some of the I can't motivational thought we used to think. We're moving those and changing those into different things. Now, when we're getting done doing that, we're going to start moving into getting around more positively minded people again. We're going to find our core group, Brittany. It's about time we found our group, our family, the one we built for ourselves. We need to start to pull in those support people who've always been support people, not the people who sugarcoat life, not the people who tell us what we want to hear, the real true friend who's going to tell you exactly what you need to hear when you don't necessarily want to hear it. And it kind of feels like you have to get back around these kind of people who are more positively minded, who are going to help you keep that fire lit inside. Now, who's responsible for lighting fire number 1? That would be Brittany. I have to ignite this with that matchstick, only I'm not lighting a candle. I'm lighting a bonfire. And I want to keep that bonfire going because this positiveness I'm feeling in myself right now, I really like. And I don't want to ever go back to that shitstorm I was living. How am I going to do that? It's time for you to finally get up and experience life once again. Your destiny is telling you the reason you're going through all of this right now is because it's time to feed those needs within yourself. You know how when we go out to eat and we say, I want dessert first rather than having the meal first? Well, that's all fine and good to have that sugary sweetie thing right away. It's going to give you that extended burning calories to make sure things keep going in life. But they're just the wants of life. So think about every time you've wanted something that really wasn't that great for you, but you ate it anyway. Well, now it's time to flip the script a little bit and actually eat the meal of life that's being presented to you. all these situations and choices that are being given to you. You're picking up one of those little flavors and putting it in your mouth and learning to savor the flavors of life again and enjoy every last morsel. Now, is every morsel going to taste good in your mouth? No, but that's the part of the journey. It's time to start to fill those holes within ourselves. How can we do that? We ignite our path. And we take ownership of what we are going to do with it. We stop being at war with our internal self and we put down those words and move forward. We get around more positively minded people who are going to keep us on track, but allow us the freedom to feed that fire when we're ready to start the feeding. And now I'm going to start to give these little morsels of life that I'm putting in my mouth, whether it's self-confidence, whether it's believing in myself, whether it's taking up life and all these choices in your palm of your hand and going, how does this sit in my mouth? How do I like the flavor? And that's basically what the universe is trying to tell you right now. It's time to stop feeling those needs and wants and start feeling those needs. And that's basically your general reading for today there, Brittany. Yes, it's definitely resonating. I need to stop stalling. Yeah. And that's basically what it's saying. It's time to go out there and experience. The greatest choose your own adventure game you will ever play. It's called life. Guess what? You have all the choices and decisions before you, and you can take advantage of any of them. Some of them might not be good tasting in your mouth, but most of them will be an experience that will help move you and grow you into the place that you really want to be. Now, if you're brave and you're ready for it, I do have a 6-card God message for you. And what does that mean? You've been staring up to your higher power and asking a question. Please, for the love of God, give me an answer already. Well, they've decided to give you that answer in no uncertain terms. Here's that answer. So whatever you have between you and your personal deity power, these are the most ass-kicking, most intense part of the reading I give. If you want to see your God cards, say yes, God cards. Otherwise, say no, God cards. And that's what I will do for that forward. And this is all one message to a question you've been saying. Please tell me the answer already. Yes, God cards. Okay. So what does your God cards telling you today? Okay, that's definitely there. That's there. That's there. That's there. Okay. So now we can see your cards up in here. So first things first, I want to tell you about something that you need to know right now. And this all means one message in some way, shape, or form. So these are all things you might need to hear, but it means one message. You're going to have to figure out what it all means together. That's the only thing that I can't do for you, because it's a message that only you would understand. So now you have entered the part where you need to start to decay those bad, icky parts you don't like. We're not just throwing them away. We're not going to just let these parts of ourselves go to waste. It's time to open up that compost pile and see just how far we've come up to this point. You've allowed this stuff that you put into this compost pile to slowly decay and die. What reason are we doing that? We had to move some of these old bad patterns out of our lives to allow them to slowly move out of our lives. That's what the decay process is. It's not a cut it off completely. It's a let me adjust slowly until I don't feel the need to feel them anymore. And that means letting go of some of those bad old icky patterns that we used to do to ourselves. Now that we have finally moved those into different new things, we're taking an easier path to do that. It's time to take a little bit more of an easy path. Maybe it's time to set smaller, obtainable goals for a change. Maybe the easy path is the one you need to be on right now, so rather than being honey badger and fighting for everything, like the hard path is trying to tell you to do. Maybe you need to take those 5 small steps towards that big ass goal you are starting to try to achieve, rather than jump right into it and achieve it. You know what you're doing wrong? You're not giving yourself that nice long break to let it soak all in after you accomplish that big ass goal and dream. Right? Right? Are we on track there? Because now we have let ourselves into this part here. We have to start to make ourselves have that easier, more adjustable path. That means you go at your own pace. You have 5 steps to go, maybe. Those are 5 steps you take at your own pace in your own time. Maybe there's a break in between. Maybe there's a long break in between. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You're going to get there. You just have to keep in that mind that every step you take forward is one more step towards that goal and dream. That goal and dream being that dirt that we have yet to put down on that ground, that decay. Well, guess what? It's going to turn into life-giving nutrient dirt. What are we going to do with dirt? Remember, we're going to plant some seeds in there. Those physical seeds, those mental seeds, those spiritual seeds of things that we want to start to improve our lives on. It's time to start to take care of the spirit inside that we want to grow. So what one physical, mental, and spiritual thing are we going to do better for ourselves that we need to get back into doing more of a standard routine? Am I juggling the physical, mental, and spiritual balls appropriately? And which one needs a little bit more help right now? So that's the top message. Here comes the harder one for you to hear, okay? So, we used to run our lives in a way we weren't exactly proud of, right? We kind of put ourselves in our own self-imposed cage, right? We didn't want to be in this cage, but we kind of had to live through it because it's parole day and it's time to get out. Now, the Rainier card is my brother's card in my deck. He did something that I will not talk about here on stream that was very, very negative, and he had to live with that choice or decision. But he did take responsibility for his actions. He went to a place he couldn't get out of. And what he realized when he was in there was one very important lesson. I never, ever want myself to go back into that cage ever again. I never want to put myself in a position where I put myself in my self-imposed cage. I'm going to do whatever it takes to change my life for the better. That way I never, ever go back there. So what does he do? He changes and flips the script. He starts doing everything that's required of him to do. Not only does he do it good, he does it better than good. He starts to improve his life and start to change his life around for the better. Now, I don't know exactly how his life has gone up to the point where he started to turn his life around for better, because he lives in a different state. I live in a state. We don't contact each other a whole lot right now, just because it's the distance and communication issues are in the way. And maybe there's a brother figure in your life right now who's trying to help you move through some things in your life right now that you really need to move through, that you need to start to see a better understanding of what's going on with your life. Hey, Ram, how's it going? And know that you are moving into a more positive direction. It's time to re-embrace that rain and air within yourself right now. Allow those emotions to flow out in a nice, healthier way for a change rather than all at once or not enough. Now we're going to allow these emotions to flow without us so that we can let it soak into the ground so we can gather up the nutrients of the benefit of letting these emotions out. And allowing that breath of fresh air to come in our lungs and realize we have freedom. We finally have the freedom of choice once again in the palm of our hands. And all we have to do is use this moment to change our lives for the better. We have to exist as something better. And we have to get this thought in our mind that we are going to exist as something better tomorrow. That this part here needs to start to move into the I am. We are no longer just existing as an idea. Now we are that idea. Now we are that person. It's time to walk the walk, talk the talk, do the do. And I think you really, really, really need to hear the rest of this message here, because whenever I get this card, it's a very, 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 very big card for a lot of people, because they definitely need to hear this. So I want you to open up those ears, open up that third eye, open up all the senses, and I really want you to take this message in, because this is my mother's card. And unfortunately, my mother passed away 5 years ago, and she left me some really good lessons in life. But there were 3 lessons she always tried to teach me that I want to teach you. But first, I want to tell you about the actual gardenia rose in nature. Now, the gardenia rose in nature is one of the most resilient flowers out there. It can grow in the light, it can grow in the dark, just like you. You can pretty much grow wherever you're planted. A very symbiotic kind of a person who weaves herself through all the other plants. You help them try to grow more than you try to help yourself grow. That's what the gardenia rose does. It weaves itself through all the other plants, and it's a very symbiotic plant that gives as much as it tries to take, but it gives more of itself than it takes for itself. So just like my mother did in life, she gave more of herself than took for herself. Some of those drove her to some bad choices and decisions along the way. She was a light alcoholic. She had some alcoholic issues in the past, but she learned how to overcome those and improve those things in her life. And the thing that I want to tell you about the gardenia rose is that just like her, she had to find what her true meaning and purpose was, to give as much as she took. That's when the flower thrives. That's what you have to do now, is find that balance again of giving and taking. And now you have to take a little bit more than you have given. And those 3 lessons that I need to tell you that she taught me, now this is where we're ready to hear them, right? Number 1, and yeah. So, number 1, the first thing I need to tell you, Brittany, you have the power. No matter what anyone tells you right this second, you have the right and responsibility to go live the life you want to live. So go live it already by saying to yourself, I have the power. Number 2, you are loved by more people than you could ever possibly imagine. There are more people in this world who love you than hate you. I want you to remind yourself of every time you've made someone smile, laugh, giggle, do anything good for anybody, because that karma has been building up like a big old ball. And when it starts to finally hit you and get all over, you will feel more love than you've ever felt before, because it's in your life right now. I never want to hear the words ever again, I am not loved. And 3, the most powerful message I think you need to hear today, Brittany, is this. It's time to carve your own goddamn destiny already. Stop letting everyone else tell you who to be, what to do, or why to do it. It's time for you to put your finger down in the sand and carve your own goddamn destiny into the world. So go do it. And those are the 3 messages my mom always used to tell me that I thought you needed to hear today. And that concludes your reading for today. You're very welcome, Brittany. I'm doing a cleansing shuffle here. Hey, thank you much, AV Tarot, for popping in and sending much love today. Thank you for popping back in. Hey, go check out AV Tarot. She's a good tarot reader too, guys. And go give her a like, a follow, and a subscribe or something, because she's a good reader as well. I'm going to shout her out real quick. Shout out for Brittany. Anybody else want to shout out? Go, feel free to shout yourself out. So definitely go check her out. She does tarot reading too as well, guys. She's an awesome reader. Lot different than I do it, but I like her style. She's a good reader. So Ram, it's your turn, Ram. Get your butt in here. I'm going to take a coffee break here real quick. Turn my pot on so it doesn't get cold again. Yep. I don't know why that didn't work, but it works for me. Why? I think... Yeah, I don't know why that didn't work, but it should. Probably because I just shouted her out. I think there's a cooldown of like 1 minute. Well, thank you for the shout out there, Ram. How are you doing today? Are you ready for your reading? What kind of reading do you want? General? Do you have a question today? What's your pleasure, my friend? I'll have to check on that. I thought I had it available for everybody, though. I'll check on it later after stream. Yeah. I think you're right. I think it's set up so it only obeys my moderator command. So, what are your numbers today there, Ram? And do you have a number? Do you have a question today? No. $15. 1 through 10, Ram, not 1 through... Do you want me to do 10 then? 1 through 10, 1 through 52. The second number is okay. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to shuffle 15 times for you. This is a special. I don't normally shuffle 15 times. 5 times? Okay. 5 times 37th card. Is that good? Just say good if that's right. Okay, good. 5 times. Here we go. Here are your 5 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I noticed that too. Try refreshing your screens, guys, because I was noticing that too. It was a little delayed. And I got newer, faster speed too, so I shouldn't have too much of a delay. I was trying to fix that through the internet stuff. Well, if it's a little delayed, it's a little delayed. But we got the 5 shuffles in here. Now we got the 37 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 37th card is now on top. And you want to know about your on it? No, I'm noticing there's a delay because I'm watching it on the Twitch, and I noticed that it's a little bit delayed, like by a second or two. So it's not just on your end; it's on my end too. But we'll still get you the reading that you need to know about that health. Ooh, that's why. Okay, so here we go, Ram, for your message for today. All you got to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the reading now. So, you want to know about the health. Well, maybe you had to kind of reassess how you're treating your body right now. And now you have to kind of look at what you're putting into it as far as consumption. Maybe I need to back off on the snacky, treaty kind of stuff for a while. Get a little bit more mindful of what my body's telling me I actually need. You know, the reason we feel these strange urges sometimes to eat certain things is because we're missing that part of our calorie intake that we need. So when we're more geared towards the sugary, sweetie stuff, you're not adding enough of the sugars in your foods and stuff like that. But try to give yourself the nicest, healthiest plate you can give yourself. And maybe you've been reassessing how you've been dealing with your physical, mental, and spiritual self right now in your health. And reassessing it and prioritizing what's more important right now for you to do. And that's going to be the key to you having a better outcome on that health, is getting that diet back in shape, getting your body back into a shape you like it. Even if it's 15 minutes a day of walking, or something, even if it's up and down your own hallway, 15 extra minutes a day. It kind of feels like you've got to get back into a healthier routine a little bit. And that's only one part of the equation here. And also, while you're doing that, reassessing and developing a new relationship with food. Now I'm going to eat it to feed what my body needs, no more, no less than that. You know what I'm saying? And I had to do that for me too. I have a very strict diet now. I lost 100 pounds because I had to go change my diet so that I met all the requirements of a good plate. A small piece of meat about this size, maybe half a cup of some mashed potatoes or something like that, some green vegetables over here, or a salad of some kind, and then get myself maybe a cupcake or something, or a cookie on the side to eat, and then drinking it with a juice or something like that. I had to start to adapt my thing to that. It's time for you to start to say to yourself, if I want my health to improve, I've got to blow the top off of this lid and use all of this passionate energy about getting my health back on track again. And I have to start to destroy some of my preconceived notions that I used to have about the way my life had to be lived. I have to utterly destroy those things that kept me living an unhealthy lifestyle and pave new road for myself to walk on. So I'm letting go of the past and what I used to do to myself as far as the health of mine. And now I'm going to be very passionate about that and allow myself to start to go after those goals and dreams that are not only going to keep me in a healthier mindset, but also keep me in a, all of that stuff is too. But it's just like the top of a volcano popping its top off and pouring that lava down. It destroys everything in its path, but it also creates a new path that you can walk on after it's cooled, of course, right? You are more put together than you think you are. That you are more put together in your health than you think you are. That you're closer than you think to your end goal. You have to start getting that positive mind frame of you saying, I can do this. I will do this. I will become this person I've always wanted myself to be. The Grand Elder Tree is all about you realizing that we've learned as much as we can learn for right now. I still have a little bit of learning left to go. That means I'm going to have to grow new leaves every year and drop those leaves off, adopting new, better patterns and new, better things as I go. That doesn't change who I am as a person. It may reduce some of what I have already grown within myself, but I will feel better is the case. And that will translate into me feeling better about myself. Why is this all happening? Because we've been a little sad lately, right? We've been a little bit depressed, right? Life hasn't gone exactly the greatest for us up to this date. And sometimes food was that crutch, and I did it too. I kind of feel like we're very similar on our food journeys. We used food as a crutch to fill those spots that we didn't know how to fill within ourselves. We had to learn how to break past this I feel bad about myself and what can I do good for myself today kind of attitude. And that's kind of what I feel like is going for you. It's breaking through the clouds and deciding that you are the sky in this picture. You are not the clouds that cover it. You are the sun that peers through these clouds, shining the light onto your life. The only way that happens is if when you choose to say, I am not missing anything in myself anymore. I'm going to start making positive choices. That's the only reassessment I need to make. Now I need to implement those choices. If it means I have to destroy some old bad patterns to do it, then I have to do that. But I have to create new ones as well. That way I can get to that healthier person I want to see myself becoming so that I can finally overcome this self-image of myself that I don't like. And that image is now going to translate into a more positive image now because those clouds are going to break apart and you're going to see the bright shining sky. And that is your reading, Ram. I would get a couple of blood work tests on where your levels are at though, by the way, because I'm feeling like you need some kind of like a physical to kind of get you on to where I'm at now physically kind of a thing. And I think that could be the platform for you getting a more healthier Quinn. Are you dealing with some kind of cancer or disease that isn't really curable at this moment? Or something like that? Like you're dealing with a long-term affected kind of a thingy? Feel free to let me know if I'm wrong, guys. But Ram, unless you have another question about the health, a more specific question, I think, from your guides or something like that you want to know about, please let me know. I'll try to answer that for you. And I feel like there's another question you have. And since it's delayed a little bit, we're going to give them some time to figure that out. Okay. Okay, well, then you got what you needed to get today, and that's all that I need to know. Let's go back to some music for a while. They were asking if you had a question specific for them. They're asking me to ask you, do you have a question that you need answered? A very specific question you've been having. But you need to ask the question because I don't know it. It's kind of a I need to ask to get the answer kind of a deal. They say it has something to do with a book you were trying to find, like a certain book with a personalized message inside, like a yearbook or some kind of a book that would mark your time or something like that. I've been searching for some kind of a book like that people would write in and sign or something like that, or an important book you used to own that something like that. Anyway, if that is the truth, that there's some kind of book, that means a lot to you. Maybe even be a journal. Feels like anyway, if it's not that important to you, because I'm kind of feeling like it's important but not important for you to find it kind of video. I don't know what this is, but there's something that they want you to find, some certain book that's got it's got a green cover. It's got a guy standing on the green cover, and something's written on the inside of it. Yeah, maybe it's time to do some journaling. Maybe that's what they're telling me to tell you. It's time to start journaling. Maybe it's a book you haven't found yet, so maybe you need to find your journal book and start to journal again. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it was. I want you to start journaling again. They just said, yep, that's it. So you can see your progress. Feels like when you did that before, you were a little bit more attentive to what you actually needed in your life rather than what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Green book, green cover, guy on the cover with either a pen in hand or something like that. It looks it would might be a little bit thicker than this kind of a book, but bigger than this book though. I'd say maybe real life journal size book instead of that. But that's the best. That's the description I'm seeing in my head. Looks like a green, like a dark, like grass green, dark grass green book with a guy with a pen on it, and it's got something inscribed on the inside of it. So whatever that might mean to you, sometimes I don't understand why they want me to tell you certain things. So sometimes it has meaning to you that I wouldn't understand because I haven't lived your life. I get a preview. I don't get all of it sometimes. Sometimes they only share certain information with me. Well, if you find it, you find it. It might be a book that you haven't bought yet, too. So if it feels like something you would want to journal in, and when you open the book and you read the passage in, you'll go, oh, that was what I was looking for. That's what I need to remind myself of every day. That's what it feels like. It feels like the thing that was inscribed on it was important at one time, and you need to be reminded of it. Well, we'll figure it out, right? If you find it, you find it. You don't, you don't. You're meant to find it if you're meant to find it, kind of deal. It's just keep an eye out for something like that being in your house, or when you're looking for a journal, maybe something that strikes your fancy. You know. All I know is you'll know it when you'll see it, kind of a deal. Let's get some music going again here. You're welcome, Ram. You as well, my friend. Cheers to that. Love and light to all my friends, all my stars out there. Uh-huh. So how have you been, Swift? Anything new with you? No, I'm just waiting for people to pop on in, honestly. Yeah, we just don't have anybody in here right now, so just a little bit of playing with my emotes. How do you guys like the emotes, by the way? I made all of them. Except for, let's see here. Here are all of my moving emotes. These are all my moving emotes. And then the rest of them are my non-moving emotes. Yeah, me too. You know, I've reduced my hours to be more of a work week kind of hours too, because I was realizing I was putting too much on myself, so I'm giving myself a true weekend off. So I'll be here through Monday through Friday for now on. Okay. Yeah, I make my own emotes. With the help of graphic design that like Streamlabs helps me use and stuff like that. So that kind of stuff. The weed leaf wool, that's Merciless Mercy's Green Ray one. She designed the basic graphic. I just made it glow. Yeah. And just, you know, to give myself a true weekend off, because I was noticing that my gifts and things were starting to go over a little bit. So I had to do some self-care stuff, and that's okay. I'm still going to be here 5 days a week, so I really hope one of my friends is okay right now, honestly. Who made your emote? Raid emote. Oh, okay. Give me a second. I'll do that right now. I already follow him. Yeah, it looks like I already follow him. He's got iGame Draw Rap. I don't do a lot of online. Yeah, cool. But yeah, I already follow him. I just don't see him on very often. That's all, because I don't do a lot of nighttime streaming, and that's when my body starts to go, I hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I get a chance, when I see him on, I'll definitely check him out. But like I said, I'm not on a whole lot at on nights. So, he doesn't have any VODs to watch. So, okay. Well, if he does, he does. Like I said, I've got him. I already follow him. I want to be honest, and I haven't really hung out with him and his crew yet. So, but I will definitely check him out if I see him on, because there are a couple of people I come on at night that I like to go say hi to every once in a while, especially when I'm bored and have nothing to do. I've been laying down for a while, stuff like that, you know. But we'll definitely go get. He was already followed by me. Now we just gotta. Hey, I-420 guys lurking. Hey, buddy. How's it going, my buddy? My pal friend of mine. Let me see if I can fix that damn command here. I'm looking at all my commands and trying to see if I have. Ah, okay, got it. Hey, I just fixed my. Give me a second here. Now I fixed the ISO command. It should work for everyone now. Now anyone can do a shout out now. Okay, I got it fixed. Yay, I got it fixed. It didn't take me that long. Try it now, Swiss Fix. Try shouting someone out now. Or I-420 guy, try shouting yourself out. Anybody besides me. Shout out that guy you liked. Let's see if it works. All right, now I got good. If anyone can hear me, try shouting out somebody. If anyone can hear me, did I drop again? I better not have. I fixed my freaking internet for a reason. Hello. Well, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go take a quick restroom break real quick. I will be right back, okay? Hey, Evie, I just saw you type something there. Can you try shouting out someone for me, even yourself? Before I go on my break? Okay, good. Now I know everyone can do it. Now I'm going to go take a quick restroom break. I'll be right back, guys. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I was fixing some shit in the background, and I'm all back now, guys. Thank you very much for giving me that small little break I needed. Really appreciate you guys being here and being a part of my stream every single day, guys. I do want to say oh yeah, infused sugar is right. Hey, hi class, if you're still around, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. Heck yeah, I just made infused sugar and making so fresco. So this is for all the people out there drinking some coffee, drinking their infused whatever. Oh God. 2 more days to green. Can't come soon enough. How's the job going, high class, if you're still here? Oh yeah, I bet it is. I'd like some infused coffee right about now. That would be. See, I'm still learning how to do all that stuff. I don't even know how to roll my own joints. I use cigarette tubes to make joints. Okay, I'm a lazy pot person. I don't even know how to roll my own crap. I use cigarette tubes to roll my shit. Then I just pull out the filter. Instant tobacco smoker. Unless I'm using like a cigar or something like that. Then I just empty the cigar tube out. Those last longer. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching you guys do the 10-foot bag. That was so fucking awesome. Yeah, I bet it did. I bet you guys were higher than a motherfucker after that bad bitch. I want to get one of those so bad. I might have to invest in a volcano somewhere down the line. Just looks like it'd be so much of a fucking vibe. 1 10-foot bag for a whole stream. I think we'd be okay with that. How long do those usually last? The smoking side of it. I mean, can it last up to about an hour, or do you have to smoke it pretty quickly? Does it disperse quickly? Is my question. Why is my chat not working? Okay, there we go. So I'm a cheater, but hey, I at least I get something to smoke every once and again. Well, in case you guys weren't here this morning for my big announcement, I am now starting a Kickstarter campaign to print 150 copies of my tarot deck. I'm waiting on approval, but once it is completely approved, all my donations, everything that I earn from this channel will go towards that goal so that I can print out 150 copies. And here's your reward, guys. The first 50 people to donate over $100 get a copy of my tarot deck. So, and I will sign it for them as well. So if you guys want to be a part of my journey on creating a physical copy of my tarot deck, it will be a limited run. It'll only be 150 copies for now. If that takes off, maybe we'll order more. So all the proceeds will go into making more if is that availability. So that's my big news, guys, that I came out here. I'm going to start doing that and say, hey, because I've already got it set up. I've got all the graphics, everything set up, how it's laid out, everything. All I need is someone to print it out and check my spelling and grammar in the little book. Other than that, give me a second. I will get that link for you here. Like I said, this is yet to be approved yet, so I'll get you the standby link right now. But give me a second. I've got to go get it. Okay. So, this is pre-launch, though. It has not been launched yet, just to warn you guys. So if you guys want to click on that link, There you go. There's the link to it. Okay, guys. So we're waiting on March 8th. Hopefully January 1st. January 11th is what I would like to launch it on. But we'll see here. So there is the link for it. Like I said, this is all based on that. And my projection for how much it will cost me to do all of it is there. What my goal is for everybody else is there. But like I said, it has yet to be approved yet. So once it is approved, I will let you know. But there's the pre-link if you guys want to donate, okay? And that will come up in my little announcements here every hour. So and like I said, all of my donations and everything I get from Twitch will go into that. So yeah, thank you very much, Evie. Thank you. Like I said, I've been thinking about doing it for a while now. I can't find a publisher, so I found a person on Etsy who prints off custom made decks. So not only am I going to support someone who's smaller than me creating this in the first place, so I'm going to help somebody else out. I like to invest in the little guy rather than the big guy anyway, so I'm going to be giving somebody else some benefit as well. So that's on Kickstarter as well. So not only are they going to, you know, be able to make my deck, but make their dream come true as well. And I'm looking forward to being a partner with them, hopefully. So when I have that deck all ready to rock and roll, I will let you know when they're available for purchase. I'm gearing towards them being around a $35 to $40 deck, like a standard deck would be, you know, price wise. It is a little bit bigger of a deck, so if they decide to bump up the price a little bit on that, we'll see where it goes with that. And yeah, of course you can get a reading, Thean. That's what I'm here to do. So let's get to it. All right, Thean, how many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you 1 through 10? And then pick a number 1 through 52 for your answers in my deck. Do you want a general reading or do you have a question? Please let me know in chat. And if cards pop out of the deck while I'm shuffling, as long as it's under 6 cards, they're your God message. I got a loose tooth, too. So whenever you're ready, Thean, give me your numbers. We'll get to your reading. Okay, whenever you're ready, take your time. I'll just take a cigarette break. How about that? Okay, what are your numbers for that question there, Thean? 1 through 10. Okay, gotcha. Let's find out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 God card messages so far in the second shuffle. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, too many, 7. And then the 24th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3. And we want to know if we're going to be happy in the next place, right? Let's find out what the cards have to tell you. Okay. Got some important information to get to you at the end. So, what is this new place going to be like, right? And what are you going to be moving into, right? Starting to trust that ancient knowledge within yourself. You know that you're making the right choice and decision first and foremost. You know this is not the place you need to be to grow and become someone better. You need to move to give yourself a fresh start, basically. So I want you to take only that which those good ancient knowledge that you've learned from what you've been through already. And when you move, leave it there. Don't take it with you and start a brand new journey. Start to listen to those intuitions and guides that are trying to listen to you as well and try to hear you in response and return. They're trying to guide you to that right spot. So listen to your intuitions when you're going to look for places. If it feels really good, maybe that's a place you should consider. If you're not quite sure about how it feels at the time, try to second guess that, and maybe that isn't the place you need to be. So trusting your instincts will be very important in the next place you start to move to. Letting go of that anger that you had about what you used to live in. We want to remove ourselves from those bad, icky, old things that used to be a part of our lives. And that means letting go of some of this anger that we about our life and how it's been going up to this point. It means releasing this energy in a constructive, easy way. So maybe today is the day you grab your mythical plate, right? You go get an ugly old plate somewhere in your kitchen that you hate, you absolutely can't stand. You write on that all the things that old apartment used to be about in part of your life. You go outside with your safety goggles and your protective gear and you smash it to smithereens until it's no more. And you let all of it out on that stupid thing. And then you sweep it up, put it in the trash, and let it go bye-bye. You're not carrying it with you this time. You're not going to take it with you. So listening to your instincts and not taking that anger with you will be that much more important. Leaving it behind and saying to yourself, this is my fresh start. If I'm angry about anything, it's me getting angry enough to say, I deserve better. Okay? And that's the kind of mind frame you need to be in. I deserve better. I am owed better. Better is already on its way. That's the kind of things we need to have that motivation. That's what we need to have that. Sometimes anger is a great useful tool as well. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I understand you can't go outside, but if you have a basement or someplace you can safely destroy it, okay? Or even if whatever way you have to do it. I'm just saying, when you have the opportunity, when you have the ability to do it, great. That's a great way to get it out. If you can't do it with the plate and take it outside, do a small cup, do a smaller plate, do it in something you can sweep up off of your floor. Hopefully you own your home and you don't destroy somebody else's home doing it, okay? That's all I'm saying. So when you're ready to do that, warmer day, whatever, go outside and let it all go. The thing that's going to be important for you in your future there, Thean, is for you to claim your power. Very important for you to start to say, this is what I expect the universe to give me. In no uncertain terms, you need to stand in front of your higher power and you need to say, this is what I want. This is how I want it. This is what I expect. Be very, very clear about what you want because they will send it your way, whether you're ready for it or not. So even a good gift, an extremely good gift, can be overwhelming sometimes. Sometimes they have to kick your butt and put you back into a place where you have to review some things. But you claiming your power and stepping up to the plate is you giving them that right to say, are you ready? Are you truly ready to make this change and for it to be a better change than it has been in the past? You have to be ready to say, yes, it is. Yes, I am. I can do this. This is how I'm going to let it be. This is me claiming my power. The next spot is going to be better. The next spot will be everything I need it to be. It will be in the right spot. It's time to celebrate the fact that better is on its way. This whole thing you're going through right now, everything you're going through with this move, right? It's for you to leave the past behind so that you can celebrate a brighter future, so that you can dance and sing around the fire in which you are about to create, that you have yet to light the flame of this new life yet. But once you've done that, you've listened to that ancient knowledge inside, you've let go of whatever anger you have left within you about this old place. And then when you've done that, you claim your power and say to the universe, this is what I want, this is what I expect. Just be prepared for it, because if you're not, they'll come over there with the big old baseball bat and smack you on the head with it and put you down to a place where you'll have to learn it all over again. So just be ready for what they're going to give you, and learn how to duck when they start swinging. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's important that if you learn how to celebrate through each of these stages and just celebrate the fact I'm listening to myself, I'm letting it go, I'm claiming my power, then it's going to be that positive force for you. And I would look, instead of looking for an apartment complex or a place where you live with a lot of different people, maybe something like a mobile home or a smaller home than you're used to that would be just for you and whatever person you want to bring with you, your family and whatever. But it doesn't have to be a giant place to make you happy. It doesn't have to be near a lot of stuff to make you happy. Pick a spot that's somewhere in between of country and city that will be a little bit more, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that means time to go celebrate in a new place where that energy will be welcomed, where you will be ready to grasp that part of yourself. You know what you're ready to do, and you need some your own personal space for a while. Even if it's an apartment, fine, but make it your apartment. Don't have a roommate or something. Make it solely your place, because I think that's what really. Okay. Okay. So you might be moving to a new facility then? Well, that's even better. They can't serve a purpose for you. Try to find a place that's going to meet your needs. I've been in places like that before. I was in one for 6 months while I lost my mind. And they took very good care of me for 6 months. You just have to remember that who you're living with can just sometimes determine what you believe and think and stuff like that. So if you can't live without someone helping you, then just remind yourself that you're in charge of what you do. Good. I do have a God card message as well. Let me answer some of the questions you have been asking them lately. So my question is to you. Do you want to see your God cards? Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Well, I don't like to assume, so I go by what you say, by what that. But thank you for letting me understand, because like I said, I have been in a facility before, and it was the best place for me to be during that time. I've been in a couple facilities a couple of times in my life. Usually on for 72-hour holds and no longer than that, but I understand the living with somebody who's helping you along the way, allowing to help you take care of bills and stuff like that too. You have to remember that comes with, yeah, and I think that's a healthy thing for you to do, honestly. I really do. Because I think it's time for you to kind of venture out on your own a little bit. And be that independent person that proves to himself they can do it. So overcoming those obstacles you have in your life, Yeah, because the last reading I said maybe it's time for her to go into a facility, not you go into a facility. That was what I said the last reading. Her health issues, yeah, But like I said, it's a possibility. It's you having to really decide to yourself. I mean, I loved my mother too, but there came a time in my life where I had to say to her, I can't do anything else for you other that someone more professional could do for you. Thank God my father came around and they helped take care of one another. They had somebody else to be that support person to help them be at the same time. But that was a very lucky circumstances where they fell back in love and got remarried again. That doesn't happen for everybody. I'm not saying that that's your case. I'm just saying that in the last reading you were asking me about her health and how it was going, and then I said to you, remind you that she is getting older, that these problems are not going away. You know, this is in kind of a place where that her life is going to be ending somewhere down the line sooner rather than later. Okay, I don't know exactly when. No one ever tells you that. Not even my guys tell me that. But it wasn't something for you to worry about. It was something for you to be thinking about. Yeah, my mom had health issues too. She was clinically depressed. She had anxiety. She was also a light alcoholic, and she had some mental issues, but most of those were handled through people in her life. She never went to counseling or anything like I did. So, but yeah, she had some major. She had a heart defect. That's why she died. So, um, she was due to have surgery next. Okay, on I was in the mental hospital from the 15th to the 19th. Okay, on the 17th, I got the call that there was something going on with my mom. She might need to go into surgery to get a heart valve replaced. 3 days later, while I was still in the hospital, on the 18th, she passed away from that heart defect. She just passed in her sleep, quietly in her sleep. That's the way she always wanted to go. Next to her husband, at peace, completely at peace. So that, and then I got the news in the hospital. They kept me an extra day because of it, because they didn't think I was mentally stable enough to go home. I had to wait 2 more days before they let me out. One full day of talking to people, and then the other day to do that, you know. So. I'm a new follower. Thank you for the follow, guys. Thank you for the follow. Why am I getting 2 alerts? No, there wasn't anything I could have done to save her. Nothing. I could have been by her side. That's all I could have done for her. She was going to go one way or the other. Like I said, she was due to have surgery for it the next week. So she was going to get it corrected, but life decided she wasn't. She was done. The people who are in charge decided she needed to come home instead. So, you know, if they repaired it at the time she found out, maybe, but because surgery takes a while to schedule. So, my last question for you there, Thean, do you want to see your God cards? Yes or no? And then I can just put these away if you want to ask me more of those questions. Do you want to know what they have to say to you? Or do you want me to move on and we can just sit here and talk about that? I had a very incessant need to get out of that hospital as quickly as possible. Yes, I did. I knew something was going to happen to my mom. I knew I wanted to get out. They wouldn't let me out because of what was going on in my head, you know. If that 420 Jam Jam wants a reading, you better tell her that in her fortune she will be doing stake in BJ for the love of her life. Okay, we'll try to gear it towards what you want, but let's find out what Thean needs to know from their higher power. So what they want you to do is start to share more information about what's going on. Maybe it's time to start to talk about why we're feeling the way we feel, what we need to share a little bit more information so that we get a better response in return. So start to share a little bit more information about what's actually going on with you and what you actually want. That way your needs can be met. Stop trying to push up a big old ball of depression and anxiety up your damn hill already. It's time to get out of your own way a little bit and stop letting these depressive, anxiety, fear-based thoughts get in your way. It's time to let them fall behind you like a big old ball falls down behind you in the ravine so that you can finally get to the top of the hill. All right? Time to get out of your own way just a little bit. Yes, of course you can. Press exclamation point join to get into my queue. You will get a reading. And then the thing they want you to know is it's time to start to mold yourself into the shape you want yourself to be. Time to take your future into your own two hands and say, how do I want to shape my own path? How do I want to shape my own destiny? Right? I know I need help from time to time, but it's time to start to do some of this on my own. That means deciding what the shape is and molding it into that shape. That's all that's being expected of you. Nothing grander than that. Just you becoming the person you say you want yourself to be and living up to that as best as you can. You know? And then it's time to start to live in the joy again. You have been spending way too much time down in the depths of the ocean, just like my wife does. This is my wife's card, so maybe there's a significant other or person who's important to you in your life who's giving you some really good advice you need to hear right now. They're going to tell you the truth, the little honest, beautiful truth. And it's time to start to breach that surface floor and reach out for that fresh breath of air again and live that life that you've always wanted to live. Rather than spend all of your day down in the deep, dark, depressive moments that you have to navigate on a daily basis, it's time to come up for that fresh breath of air and find the joy in your life once again. And I think this is the best news you could ever get there, Theon. The best news is this last card here. This card means about to discover your destiny. You are about to have the dreams come true. You always wanted them to come true. You have to believe in the dream. You have to start to manifest that destiny right now. It's time for you to finally realize that no matter what's going on in your life right now, no matter how good or bad it is, everything is going to be okay. Everything is working out exactly the way it's supposed to be working out. Life is going to turn out to be okay. Trust your intuition, trust yourself, trust your dream, and trust that you can carve your destiny into the sand however you so choose. And that is your last and final message from me. So whatever that whole message means to you, what happens if it goes bad? You will finally learn that you can make it through it, that you can overcome it. You will learn that lesson. Life is going to happen. Things are going to go bad from time to time. You're never going to find a life that's completely perfect. You either choose to be happy even through when bad things are happening, and you make that conscious choice. Okay, today something didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I have two choices. I can think about what has happened and try to come to a reasonable explanation to myself of what to do next, move on, or dwell within it. Things will go smoothly because you're going to make them go smoothly. Do you understand the term carve my own destiny into the ground means if I want it to be that way, then that's what it's going to be like because I'm going to make it go like that. So you have to predetermine your destiny by saying to yourself, that is going to happen. You are setting down in stone your spot that says you are going to reach it someday. You're just walking the last 5 steps to get there. That's all you're doing. So remind yourself that this is a process. You're on your way there. You don't have to achieve it today, but you will eventually achieve it. I call it the easy path, you know? Let me do a cleansing shuffle for I-420 Jam, which I think is I-420's lovely young lady. Cleanse these cards out for you. Oh, and by the way, you're supposed to make steak and give them a BJ, and I see that in your future. Ooh. Okay. Now, if you want the honest truth, that was a lie. I don't know if that's coming for you, but you never know. Hey, maybe if you're nice to her for a change, she'll think about it, right? Hey, we just got a gifted sub to Jam I420 Tam Jam. All right, now let's get to doing your real reading, okay? Let me finish my cleansing shuffle. Hey, thank you for the sub. Thank you very much. All that will go towards, when I'm able to cash that out again, we'll go straight into the fund to create my 5 paths donation, guys. I appreciate that so much. All right, so here's how it works here. I need numbers from you. I need you to tell me how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10. And then pick a number 1 through 52. That's where your answers are in my deck. I'm with you there. I have ED issues because of a past trauma. So, and then if Tam Jam, I'm just gonna call you Tam Jam for this one. Tam Jam, I need your numbers 1 through 10 shuffle, 1 through 52 answers. Cards pop out during the shuffle. Under 6 cards, messages from your higher power. That's how it works here. If you have a question, please pose it in chat. If you don't have a question, just want a general reading, just say general, and we'll go from there. I am, me and my wife are so physically disabled, we don't even think about sex anymore. I'll just tell you that, okay? Sometimes it has to transfer from one thing to another. Whether we used to be a lot of sexual stuff, now we're more emotionally invested in one another and spiritually invested in one another, but the physical is there with the kissing and stuff like that. Okay, let's get to doing your shuffles. 6 shuffles for Tam Jam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have 1 God card for you today. And then pick another number 1 through 52 for me, Tam Jam. Oh, yeah, I need to warm this up. So, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we want to know what the future looks like for you. Okay. All right, Tam Jam, here we go. So Tam Jam, what I'm feeling for you is this this igniting force within yourself now. Is a lot of times in our lives we get to this point where we feel like we want to do something more or do something better than we have done before. We use what has been given to us in life, and we use that as the catalyst to ignite our lives into being that which we actually need to do. Well, I can't, yeah, a mouth really is exactly, but we'll get to that meaning of that card in just a second. That does not mean what you think it means. Settle down there, I-420. Don't get yourself all excited now. But honestly, you've been deciding to reignite your path and follow your goals and dreams a little bit more closer this time. You know that you've used this catalyst before to ignite your future into being what you really want it to be. Now is the time for you to use that energy to make yourself become that which you see yourself in the future. How do we do that? It's time to go experience life once again and start to give ourselves some new, different experiences. Okay, waiting for I-420 to walk away. He doesn't want to hear her reading. Gotcha. All right, hopefully he's plugged his ears and got the na feeling in his eyes. But the thing that has to happen for you there, young lady, is it's time to pick up and experience those things that you truly do want to start to experience. We know that there are a couple more things out there that we do want to go out and actually experiencing. Maybe that's tasting those flavors in our mouth, yeah, but it's savoring the flavors of life, not necessarily savoring the flavors of what's actually going on in your physical world. These are more mental bites than they are physical bites. So you're taking more of a, I believe in myself, I know I have my own personal voice that I want to share, all those stuff that you know you want to start to experience, and you're putting them in your mouth just so you can savor the flavors of life again. So going out there and trying something new and different. Maybe you want to experience something new and different, and that's kind of getting you, hey, I want to just try this. Let's just try this and see if it works out. So igniting your future and using it to fill those needs for a change. Rather than going out searching for the sugary, I'll fill you for 5-second treats, we're going to be filling ourselves with that stuff our body actually needs, or our spirit and mind actually needs. What is going to help fill the last bit of those little tiny holes we may or may not have left. And that's just kind of like the last little thing we want to do before anything else happens in life. It's time to celebrate our future, though. We have to start to remind ourselves, give me a second, I got to get this out of the way here, that the reason we need to celebrate more than anything in our future is that we've ignited this flame in the center of this cauldron here. Now we are getting with all those people who are surrounding us to help us do that. So yes, give in to the celebration, give in to the fun, give in to the I want to try, give in to the let's do something, do it different today, we've never done before, to hell with it, why not, right? It's all about you expressing what you're very passionate about for a change. Time to blow that top off the lid and say, I want to take care of all this old crap that used to get in my way of doing the things I want to do. Those aren't important to me anymore. You're coming along with me for the ride. Well, then stand behind me, because everything that's in front of me is going to get mowed down, because I'm going to be so passionate about igniting my future, about feeding myself that which my body truly needs, mind, body, and spirit, and celebrating every single day that I have those things. That way I will be more passionate in my life. I will blow up like a volcano. I will pour my lava down onto this world, and I will destroy all those bad, icky old patterns to create a new, beautiful path that will be my new way home. And that is your general reading for today, Tam Jam. And I have one God card message as well for you. So it looks like things are going to be a lot of experiencing new and different things, but it's about what you're passionate about and what you actually want to experience. I do have one God card message for you as well. If you want to hear your message from your higher power, please let me know you want to see your God card. Or if you do not want to see it, please let me know. So you have the exist card. So what your higher power is trying to tell you, something you've been asking them a lot lately. They are trying to tell you in no uncertain terms this answer. It's time to stop just being an idea. This idea you've had in your head, or this question, this thought you've had in yourself for a while now. Do you really want to just exist as that idea, or do we need to move it into becoming that idea? Where have we gotten our thought processes? We've thought about this enough now. Now where are we taking this idea? Are we letting go of the idea, or are we actually going to implement the idea? Walking the walk, talking the talk, doing the do, becoming that which we saw ourselves becoming. Now that we see ourselves existing as more than we are currently, now becoming that person is the next step we want to take. So maybe today is the day we step into this new persona of who we want to be and allow ourselves to embrace that path. And that's what they want you to know today there. Jam, jam, tam, jam, tam, jam, tam, jam, tam, jam, tam, jam. That is your reading for today. Oh, and tell that I-420 guy he better have roses and a bunch of chocolate and do a lot of the dishes and housework around the house before he expects steak and a BJ. I think he'll laugh at that somehow. I'm done, I-420 guy. You can come back now. I hope that brought you some much needed answers to questions you may have had, or maybe just giving you some validation for today that you're on the right track. Yeah, I think he already does that too. I was just giving him a hard time a little bit. Hey, maybe some roses and some chocolate and some kissing up might not help that other thing he's wanting. I really do believe that you were meant to be together. You were soulmates to begin with. It's just that now it just seems like we're living our best life ever. How could we not? Kind of an attitude. So that's kind of what I get from from him especially. But now that I'm feeling your energy too, I just feel how you've got a very unique relationship. Let's just say that. But it's good for you. How about that? It works for you guys. I don't know if it would work for everybody else. But hey, I would love to come and have a 10-foot bag with you one of these days. How about that? Hang out and just smoke the smoke and toke the toke and do the do.
Can I have a cigarette, please?
Yep.
Thank you. So how have the readings gone today?
So far, so good. All right, let's see. Who do we have out there that we can go say hi to today? Anybody? Any of my friends on today?
Cam on the Cop is on.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for someone who may not have a lot of people following them right now today. Give someone a boost that they might need.
I feel clean. So very clean.
Let's go see. Yeah, let's go bring you to this person here. Yeah, I'm looking for someone to raid out to right now. I'm going to raid out to another tarot reading stream, guys, and put you out back there. I have not seen his stream on for a while, so I want to go check him out. Maybe I'll pop in for a reading. Maybe I won't. Looks like a brother of mine, so we're going to go find out what we do. So thank you guys for being here. We're going to give him a shout out real quick, and then that's where we're going to go. So if you guys want to follow me and raid out with me, I would greatly appreciate it. And all those people who have come with me. And thank you guys for coming back and supporting me and allowing me this time that I needed to go take care of some in real life stuff. And now that I've come back here 100% better than we was, we're going to get back to doing positive stuff again on our stream. We're letting the past go and moving forward. So I love you all very, very much. It's been a great time being here. I'm going to head out for today as we raid out to this one person here. Please enjoy my end screen. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.